Hello and welcome to Platinum Politics. I'm your host Mace, and today we have a clip from a debate night that I would like to show you. This clip came from a section of the debate where we allow people to come up on stage and ask the participants questions to maybe continue the debate along, or just to get their question asked and answered. Prior to this debate, Remnant777 generally tended to be mostly anonymous. I wouldn't say completely, like people knew that he was in the server, but it wasn't like a whole deal. So whenever you see me bring him up, I call him Fractured, which is what his Discord name was. I didn't know he was about to record this debate, but he ended up recording it and making a video about it. And then Jake has now responded to that video. So I figured now would be a better time than ever to post the actual clip from Platinum Politics. The full debate will be out soon. Maybe by the time you watch this, unless you're like watching this as soon as it came out. But regardless, enjoy the clip. I don't know what else to say.
This I don't follow Sky, man. My brain is huge.
I just think you're upset, man. I just think you're emotional. That's okay. You need to outsource your emotional well-being to a concept because you're not able to confront your physical reality. That's okay.
Oh, it's Fractured. We have Fractured.
Can anybody hear me? Hey, what's up?
Wait, I gotta turn you up. You're real quiet.
That's unfortunate. I'll try and speak up and everything. But I heard you earlier say that it's like a consensus and everything that scientists don't really believe in God or anything like that. It's the consensus, and
it's the consensus that material reality does not point to God. There are lots of scientists that believe in God, but they have the position that material reality and God are separate, which is what ACCs is too.
Oh yeah, actually, I would agree with that. And I thought you were just saying something about like how scientists in general don't believe in God. And that was the thing I wanted
Scientists
to
in general definitely don't believe in God the way like most American Christians believe in God. That's for sure. Because most scientists, for instance, would believe in physical reality, and then they attribute the physical reality and the usually the God of the gaps to their Christian God. A lot of it's like cultural though, and many of them are like not really practicing Christians, but there's definitely a lot that identifies it. But then you're going to see.
I wasn't really able to ask my question though. You could have a different view about God exactly, but I'm just talking more about just the general belief of God.
So their general belief of God is more secular than.
No, I'm not asking about their general belief of God. You can have a secular worldview about how things in the world operate. The wind doesn't blow because God is making it happen right now.
There are people that believe that, though.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people that believe that. I'm not talking about those people, though.
Okay, so they're less secular.
Well, I'm trying to get to my question. No offense. My question and everything, though, is when it comes to Christians that are scientists and everything, what percent do you think actually believe in God? Because you made it out to be that not many Christians at all believe in God. And I'm not talking about in terms of how
100% of them believe in God.
I'm not done. No offense, you've gone on a little bit with this. I haven't even been able to finish my question. I'm not asking in comparison to how they view God compared to the general population. I'm talking, do they believe in God in general?
Right. So like I would delineate personally between someone who believes in like a young Earth creation story to someone who believes in an older.
So the question of God or the supernatural.
I am answering the question. I am answering the question.
You're deviating.
I'm not deviating. I just don't.
He does it a lot.
Well, I would make. No, you're saying. Well, I would make a distinction and all this. I'm just simply asking.
Dude.
Like I agree, there are dumb Christians out there that I don't agree with at all. We have a lot of fights. I'm asking in general, though, scientists who believe in God. That's what I'm asking.
I'd say a lot of people are at, I'd say probably like close to a coin flip.
Okay, I would agree with that. And that is actually what the data shows. I just wanted to make sure.
And I would say if you ask a lot of those, if you ask a lot of those guys that do, we're not talking about like, you know, you're saying all scientists. So this includes like people that their discipline doesn't really intersect with this. And so that's okay. So like, cool. Yeah. And so it's like not necessarily that if you're going to have a doctorate in fucking English that you're going to be an atheist. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're more likely to be secular the more you understand physical reality. And if you want to keep your God in a little gap where you don't know like where the Big Bang comes from, you're like, I need a prime mover for the Big Bang or I'm not satisfied. That's something you can say, but it makes your God small. And so that's what I'm saying. Like the gradient to which you're,
I actually don't.
The gradient to which you're actually like a Christian.
For example, a lot of atheists like to bring up how a lot of people who have higher level. Well, here's the thing. You've gone on quite a bit. I haven't even been able to speak that much. There are a
Well,
lot
you're
of
part of this, really.
atheists who bring up. There are a lot of atheists who bring up how the more educated you become, the less Christian you become. Then they draw that as a correlation. Oh, the more you understand physical reality, the more likely you're to be an atheist. That doesn't apply to Muslims, though. That doesn't apply to Muslims, though.
Okay.
When you go up in terms of education,
So you should
Muslims
be
don't
a
become more
Muslim. Yes,
atheistic.
seems to be pretty.
Well,
It seems
according to
it seems like
your-
Islam is closer
No,
to
no, no, no. I
secularism
never
than
said that. I never
Christianity.
said that.
Then?
I'm pointing out the flaw in that logic that the more education
flaw.
you have, the more likely you're to be logical and just not believe in a God. Because when you look at Muslims, that doesn't happen at all. So it doesn't actually
So
correlate with anything you're saying. It's
in
much more likely to
theocratic
be
societies?
much more. It's much. Yeah, there are Muslims in
Okay.
theocratic.
So
Like
I
in
don't think.
America, we
Okay,
have
so in a
Muslims in America,
theocracy,
right?
I don't think that's actual education, but it's whatever.
Wait, no, I'm sorry, I misspoke there. No, talking about no, I'm talking
So
about
Arab
America,
countries are
which is
largely theocracies.
no.
What's the most secular?
No, I misspoke. I said I didn't mean theocratic societies. I'm
American
talking
Arabs
specifically-
are more likely to be Muslim than other people
I
when
said
they're
Muslim.
educated.
I didn't
Or
say
they're-
Arabic. You're now talking about race. I never mentioned race. I said Muslim, which is a religion. That's like
Well,
me saying
I said Arabic
Christian
because
and
you said something
I
about
never said Arabic.
no, I know, but I'm saying you said Muslim and then you said in their situation they are more likely to, so I just thought you were generalizing. So never mind. So in American, so what's the claim? American people are more likely to be Muslim when they're educated.
The higher level.
That's not what we're seeing. We're seeing the general trend to be more secular.
Hey, why are you asking me a question and not letting me speak?
Happens a lot.
You just asked me a question and then you continue to ramble. What I'm saying is the idea that a lot of atheists have, the higher levels of education you have, does not make you more atheist, because you can also look at Muslims. You can say that for Christians, but that's more likely to be cultural, which has nothing to do with just your education. When you look at Muslims, for example, you don't see that whatsoever. So it makes no sense that the more educated you become, the less likely you're to become you're less likely to be a theist.
Jesus. So you're saying from religious communities, they are less likely to deconvert when they get education? Muslim communities are less likely to deconvert, and in fact, they're more likely to retain the religion.
My distinction is it's not so much about do you believe in God? It's cultural. That's my yes. Because
so I'm asking. Your claim is very confused. You're saying that
my claim
people from Muslim. Hold on, listen. Can I ask you? Can I ask you so I can understand you? Thank you.
Sure.
Fuck. Are you saying
when you do constantly to me, man?
Are you saying that already Muslim people are more likely to retain their faith during education phases? Like when they go to college, they're more likely to retain their faith than Christians?
Mm-hmm. When they go for bachelor's and master's, for example, or a PhD.
They're just more, so they're more, that group of people is more likely to keep their faith through college. That's the claim. Okay.
Yes.
And what do you think that says?
That says when it comes to your belief in God, it's not so much about higher levels of education and understanding the world make you more inclined to become an atheist. It's simply that when you look at these different communities, it's the culture that decides it. You just said, though, when you understand the world more and how it works, the more educated you become.
You think an American Muslim is culturally distinct from an American Christian enough for that to be different? I think the culture is
entirely different. When you go to a Christian family household here in America, in a Muslim household, they're very different. Don't you think
the culture is very different? No. I feel like they're very similar. I feel like they have differences that are obvious, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they are any different.
You think that Muslims and Christians are just alike?
Yes, you are very alike. From my secular perspective, definitely. Oh yeah.
Wow. Culturally, we're the same?
No, you're alike and literally the same. We're not the same.
That had nothing to do with what I was saying. I said culture. I've been saying culture repeatedly.
Yes, culturally, I think you're very similar. Yes. What are you talking? Yeah, I don't know why you're.
Okay, so agree with me.
What it seems to me to imply, I mean, I would have to see whatever study you're appealing to, but I'm just going to take it at face value for the sake of argument. Okay. That seems to say to me that Islam is closer to secularism than Christianity is, so it is easier for someone to stay in the faith because they have fewer contradictions to deal with throughout their education. But I also don't know, like this. But hold on. But it's all. But that's my assumption on it. But all of this seems to be like. I mean, like when you say educated people, like what kind of degrees are these people seeking? I would need to see the study that you're claiming exists. It doesn't seem like really real, but it seems neat. That's a
Yeah,
cool thing.
But I don't think showing it on screen and everything for people to see. But I can even link you the studies and everything. Let me see here.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I can even link you the study right
so
here that shows. What you said.
Can you read the conclusion for me? Can you see what they concluded from that? And I don't even know what you're trying to say. Like,
at least a third of people who took the study that were scientists, a third of them believed in an actual physical God. Well, not physical God, an actual God. And then about 18% more believed in spiritual. 2009, actually.
Yeah, okay. So I definitely agree that, so like a person who's a scientist, okay, so yeah, so this isn't really what we're talking about, but that's okay. So this is, I can put it on screen. This is a Pew Research article about general religiosity in the early 2000s. So yeah, I mean, I think guys that come from a religious society are more likely to be religious. 33% of scientists say they believe in God.
Wait, that
51%. 51%. According to 30. Hold on, I'm just reading your fucking thing. According to the poll, just over half of scientists, 51%, believe in some form of deity or higher power. Specifically, 33% of scientists say they believe in God, so fewer than half, while 18% believe in a universal spirit or higher power, something closer to a deism, which is kind of neat. Maybe a prime mover or something that they leave space for. By contrast, 95% of Americans believe in some form of deity. This is old because now it's down to like 60. But
it's actually fluctuating back and forth as time goes on. People, especially after the pandemic, have become more religious, especially more Catholic.
Do you think that is okay? So, do you think people's panic response to a pandemic led them to a religious belief is a reliable source of like truth, like a barometer of truth-seeking people?
I'm talking about
so to me, right? So, anthropologically speaking or sociologically speaking, that would seem to suggest that people are panicking and looking for some kind of comfort in an uncertain time.
I would agree with that, but that's not what we're talking about.
So that's not truth-seeking; that's just emotional. And so I agree. It makes it sound like it's not a very reliable source of truth.
No, you're swapping the goalpost now because I'm talking about general trends.
Goalpost.
Yes, that's a lot. Swap at the goalpost. I'm talking about higher levels of education not directly correlating to your belief in God because it's not the same for all religions and all backgrounds.
It does directly correlate. Listen. Only 33% of scientists are religious in the way that you are. That is a vast difference. 33 versus during that study that you brought up, 95% of Americans were more religious than scientists, and only 33% of scientists. So 70% higher, or I don't know. I mean, there's a 70% of them that don't. So it correlates directly to what I said. It proves my point. As you
post what I was saying, yes. Now you're talking about the logic behind it. I said that when
you're talking about logic.
Yes, you are, because you said that was a reaction, a comfort response, right?
A comfort?
You said the reason why people were converting to
Pew Research articles. No,
you're not letting me finish. You're not letting me finish. Let me finish.
You're talking about COVID now.
You're not letting me finish. When I said that after the pandemic, more people converted, you said that is a reaction because of horrible things going on. Did you not? Yes. I wasn't talking about why people were converting. I was talking about when you seek higher levels of education, it does not directly correlate for theism in general.
It does. It maps perfectly to what I said. You're more likely to be secular by a factor of so much. 70%.
More correct then? Are you saying that Muslims are more correct than Christians, despite them throwing
I would say
gays off rooftops today?
Despite throwing the gays, I mean, you would throw the gays off the rooftops if Donald Trump was like,
"Yeah, let's fucking there." You probably kill yourself, right?
I'm not gay. What? No, sorry.
I think you're just projecting there, buddy. You're just swapping the goalpost over and over.
He does that a lot, so it's really hard.
I'm not swapping the goalpost.
You did. You literally. I literally gave you evidence for a claim.
I would say that Islam. To answer your question, I would say that Islam is a.
I have this recorded by
Islam. Me too. Islam is a later addition to the worldview, so it's going to have
changing what
more.
I'm talking about. I was talking about religiosity not going down when you seek higher forms of education or when you're a
It does go down.
Now
the Pew Research article you sent me proves you wrong.
Say what?
The article you sent me proves you wrong. You are much more likely, if you're a scientist,
that's what I said.
if you're a scientist, the majority of you, by a factor of 70% to 30%, you are more likely to be a secular, non-believing person. But if you are a layman and American, 95% were religious. You just don't understand the stuff you sent me. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I told you what it was before. I even was reading it off to you. Why do you think I sent this study to you, buddy? Now you're just swapping the goalposts because now you
good, obviously, because that's what did happen.
You're not able to substantiate your claim, and now you're constantly swapping the goalposts. You've done it like 2 or 3 times now, buddy. Just admit the claim before was wrong. Just admit it. That's fine. Everything could be done. Just admit that when you seek higher forms of education, the more you know about the universe, it does not directly correlate to you not to becoming an atheist.
The study you showed me does, in fact, say that you are more likely to be secular.
Because you're not taking into account when Muslims get educated, they don't. So how do you explain that? I said culture. I said the reason why people, when they seek higher forms of education, for Christians, they deconvert. That's because of culture.
But deconversion and being more secular are not the same thing. So you don't have to be a full-on apostate to be more secular than you were before. And I guarantee you, over time, you will find because, and I typically, especially in America, hold on, especially in America. Can I finish?
Buddy, you can let me finish constantly.
Buddy, can I finish?
You can't whine about it when
especially in America, as a minority group, I would expect people to hold on to their culture a little harder than someone who's already considered part of the in-group.
How well you understand the universe or not. You said that when you understand the universe better.
Do you have another thing to say? Because you're just spinning your tires on this, buddy.
Well, I got enough footage for everything, so I'm actually happy. You can put me back.
Cool, man. Nobody knows who you are.
Oh man,
I got the footage.
Okay.
I got more. I don't know.
So, next up, we're gonna pull Onyx here.
Oh, good.
Because Onyx would like to say something.
Literally what?
All right. Hello, Onyx.
I've got the real footage personally. Do you have the footage, Onyx?
I really hope you enjoyed that little snippet of that debate. If you want to see the full debate, it will be out shortly on the Platinum Politics YouTube channel, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. But for now, that is all I have for you today. Peace.